Hello and welcome back to the course on MetaTrader 4. In today's tutorial, we're talking about the terminal window, which is located down over here. So the terminal window has lots of different tabs, and today we'll go through all of them and we'll stop in detail on some of them. Some of them we'll skip because we'll talk about them later, but at least we will get to know what each one of them is responsible for. So first of all, the trade tab. And we've already seen the trade tab in action. You will see any open trades or even pending trades, they will be displayed here. The exposure tab. So we won't talk about this today because we'll talk about the exposure tab separately in a different section of this course when we're actually creating orders. And in that section also, we will talk about the account history. So basically these three tabs, trade, exposure, and account history, they all relate to creating, opening, and closing orders in your trading platform, and we will talk about these three tabs in the separate section of the course. Now moving on, we've got news over here. So news gives you some news or some updates on what's going on in the world, and the type of news that you get depends on what subscriptions your broker has. So you can read them, you can just double click them and they will open up, and so there's some information. So here you can see, you can actually read through this news event, and you know, like here's some calendar. So this is like an economic calendar. You've got another calendar, you've got some information on the US dollar and so on. So basically, if you like, you can read through this, but personally I don't use it because if I need to, I can get the news from elsewhere. There's lots of sources online. There's also an economic calendar online which you can review. So personally, I don't follow the news tab at all. Alerts. Alerts, here you can set up some alerts. So this can be a useful feature. Not many traders use it. I'm one of them. I don't actually use the alerts tab, but you can explore it, and I'll explain what it does and maybe decide for yourself if this is something of interest to you. So I can go ahead and right click and select create, and it'll allow me to create a new alert. And that alert will allow me, or allow the trading platform to notify me when a certain event occurs. So let's say I want to hear a sound when the euro dollar, so the bid for the euro dollar, right now it's 1.10411. So let's say it's below 1.10400. And the sound I want to hear is an alert. So let me click test. You heard that. So there, let's do that again. That was a test. And let's click, or it's already actually below that price. So maybe let's change that to 3998, for instance. Click OK. And so there we go. So the alert has been created. And now whenever this chart over here, your dollar goes below that price, you will hear the notification. So let's leave it like that for a moment. Maybe the price will go down. So basically that allows you to monitor or hear notifications about charts that you're not actually actively looking at the point in time. You might be doing something else. You might be cooking. You might be looking at other charts. You might be doing something else on your computer. But then if you want to hear when an alert occurs or when a certain event occurs, you set up an alert and it will notify you. All right, so let's set up another one. Let's create a notification, and let's say when let's say this chart over here, dollar franc is greater, so the bid is greater than, so right now it's 0.98366. let's say 0.95. So it's definitely correct. So the answer is yes for sure, and that way we'll just see how it works. So click OK. And as you heard, that was a sound. So every 10 seconds there will be a sound, because the timeout is 10 seconds and there's 1,000 iterations. For every 10 seconds you will hear that sound. There it goes again, and so on, so on, so on. And also you can select your own sound, so you don't have to select the ones here. You can click these dots here and you can find your own WAV file. So it can even be like a song or some loud noise that will attract your attention. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. So again, once again, explore this tab, alerts. I personally don't use it, but maybe that will be something handy for you. And maybe if you get used to it from the start, maybe you will benefit from it throughout your trading. Okay, mailbox. So with your account, you get a mailbox, and it's only used by your broker and MetaQuotes. They send you some various emails and promotions into this mailbox. The only useful email here, honestly, is the registration email. So if you open it up, you can copy your account details and save them somewhere. That's probably the only email that I ever open in the mailbox. And moving on, we've got the market here. So this is quite interesting. This is a new feature, or quite a new feature in MetaTrader. MetaQuotes have been actively promoting their MetaTrader for market, and here you can basically buy programs. You can buy robots, you can buy, or you can even rent robots, you can buy indicators and so on, which sounds like a great idea, but honestly, I'm not a believer in buying a forex robot just from the market that will right away work for you. Setting up robots and optimizing them, back testing, forward testing them, and getting to know them and getting them to work for you is a very lengthy process. And in fact, I have a separate course on that, and in that course we go through all of the steps from back testing to forward testing to optimizing to testing on live demo accounts, live accounts, and so on. So personally, I don't believe in just buying a robot and making it work, but nevertheless, you can explore these here. So you can see the prices are quite astonishing: $1,950 for a robot, $1,800. What else they have here is some magazines which you can look at. These might be interesting. Some books, and basically it's kind of like a marketplace, and you can purchase things. So that is the MetaQuotes market. You can have a look at that. Also, you can access it online through the MetaQuotes website. Signals. So similar to the market, you can actually subscribe to signals, and here these are paid signals. So or some of them are free. So you've got free signals, some of them are paid, and basically so you will be notified when some trader is opening a buy or sell order, and if you choose to, you can copy them. Once again, I don't believe in that. I believe in doing my own trading, or even if I'm doing it with forex robots, then doing it diligently and with quality. So like I don't use the signals tab. Code base. So here, this is pretty much the same code base you can access from the through the MetaQuotes website, and here you've got some programs, indicators, expert advisors that you might be interested in exploring. Personally, I prefer to look at these things on the MetaQuotes website because it is more convenient. There you get like a fuller picture, you get all the descriptions, the comments, and so on. So yeah, also don't really use this tab, but it's good to know what it's there for. And finally, we've come to the experts and the journal tabs. So the experts, let's probably start with the journal tab. So the journal tab tells you about everything that's going on in your trading platform. If an order has been opened, if an order has been closed. So you've got some, if we've loaded an indicator onto a chart, you've got your alerts. So basically it's like a logbook for everything that has been going in the platform, and these are saved. So if you restart the platform, it'll this view will lose all of the information. It'll start again, but nevertheless the logbooks or these journals are saved in a separate folder in your platform's data folder, and there you can access it to investigate if something to investigate what was going on in the platform at a certain period of time. And the experts tab is also a logbook, but it's a logbook for your experts. So if an expert opens an order or has an alert or a print notification, they all get recorded here. So it's another type of logbook to keep track of your experts. And we'll be talking about experts in a separate section of this course. So there we go. Those are the tabs in your trading in your terminal window. And that's what they're for. Once again, we didn't talk about all of them in great detail because some of them we'll be exploring further down in the course. And that's us for today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy trading.